Hey, I'm Joey Chandler, and I want to introduce you to a system that I use to get grounded, take action, generally have fun, and it especially works in times of stress and uncertainty. And it's a series of questions that I journal every day. And I'm actually going to walk you through the questions first before I explain them. I normally would do this, you know, during when I wake up or before I do a video, but I just want to show you how easy it is. So there's 5 questions in this. The first thing is what can I celebrate about yesterday? Well, yesterday I did 2 TikTok videos that got 5,000 views each, which is a big deal for me. I did a TikTok live that had a couple hundred people in there for 3 or 4 hours, which again, a big deal for me. And I had a great conversation with my son, and I also worked out. So things I can celebrate. Now, my goal is I actually want to introduce you to this program, which I call the Core Victory Method. And there's a workbook at the end. I'm hoping that you will say, hey, I want that. So that's my goal, just trying to be honest. So now what is and isn't working regarding that area? So what is working is that I have the system. What isn't working is that honestly, I think these videos, these videos, the slides might be a little bit boring. So I'm a little bit worried about that. So, what do my core values say to do? So, my core values are courage, connection, and curiosity. Courage says to put it out there, even though the videos or the slides aren't as good as they could be. Curiosity has me, I think, like, what do actually people want? What would make a difference for them? And so I'm thinking about that. And then connection is to be able to, and for me, when I think about connection, I want to connect with you. So I'm going to keep looking there. And I also want to connect with the value that this has, because I know that this makes a difference. And I just want to keep that in mind. And now from that list, what action can I take? Well, I'm going to do this video, as you know. So this is the idea. You go through these 5 things. Like it took me less than 2 minutes to do. And what it does is helps me get grounded in my core values and come up with some ideas. Excuse me. Now, what happens here is that when you do this process, it helps you achieve goals and create wins in ways that align with your core values. And taking actions and creating wins that align with your core values is really helpful because it energizes you and it helps you prevent burnout. And also, your core values spark new ideas and creativity. So they just help you kind of increase your innovation. And when you have a system like this, it makes it really easy to use and repeatable, and you can use it even if you're totally stuck or frustrated. And I'll talk about more about that a little bit later on. Now, I developed this actually out of going through my own burnout and using this over and over again. But it turns out each of the steps, there's research that helps with this. Now, I'm not going to document where I got this research from. If you want to know, reach out to me and I'll send you a whole list of research that backs up this material. But the first thing is that when you celebrate something, you trigger dopamine in your brain, and dopamine is the feel good drug. It gives you a boost of energy as well as a sense of like I can do it, or what they call self efficacy. Then when you look at the goal of the problem, you say, hey, this is what I'm working on. That gives you focus and groundedness. And when you ask what is and isn't working in this particular area, that gives you a broader perspective, a sense of kind of a wider range of things, as well as it triggers the growth mindset aspect that Carol Dweck talked about. Then when you say, hey, how can I use my core values in this particular area? It triggers your creativity, your innovation, and your sense of like ownership, because these are your core values. So it gives you ideas that work for you. And then lastly, when you take action, it gives you confidence, it produces momentum and results. And when you do all of this, when you take action in alignment with your values and in service of a goal, no matter the size of the action, it gives you something to celebrate tomorrow. So the whole process repeats. And when you repeat things, that gives you more grit, more determination, and a greater sense of mastery. So you really start to own it. So this whole process, even though it's only you can do it in a few minutes, accomplishes a whole lot of different things in terms of positive growth. And you can use it in all sorts of areas. Personally, I use it to recover from burnout. It has helped me increase my confidence. It really helps with overcoming frustration. Like, when you get angry and upset about something, it really helps with that. It helps people really develop their voice and their message to share out in the world. It helps you create social media content like this video. I've helped clients raise their prices by getting more confident in what they were offering. I also help other clients decide, like, rather than trying to grow their business really big in one way, they realize that one of their core values was fun, and it was more fun to have a smaller business where he could work with his wife and really build it in a way that aligns with his values. Because growth for growth's sake sometimes isn't right. You want to have something that you make sure aligns with your values. And then lastly, and this is so very helpful, is that in a world where there's so much frustration and uncertainty and anger and just, back and forth with politics and economics and everything, using the systems helps you turn negative into positive, and it's so very helpful. Let me just give you a couple examples. So just imagine if you wanted to increase your income or just have more money flow to you. That's your goal. You can start off by celebrating something. Then you say, hey, my goal is to increase my income. What is and isn't working in that area? Then once you clarify your three core values, you can say, hey, what do my core values say to do? And then what action can you take? And you can see that would go through, would give you some ideas, and you just take that action and you just repeat the process. Let's say you wanted to increase your confidence. Same thing. What can I celebrate? I want to be more confident. What's working in my confidence and what's not? What do my core values say to do? What action can I take? And as you take baby steps and baby steps and baby steps, it's going to make you more confident. And then let's say you're looking for a job or you want to get a promotion. Okay, what can I celebrate about yesterday? Give yourself a little bit energy boost. What's my goal? I want to create a job or get a job or get that promotion. What's working in my job search or what I'm working on? What's not? And what do my core values say to do? Then what action can I take? And you can see this just continues to repeat over and over again. And the more you use it in one area, it builds up your confidence in other areas. So it just helps you grow. And the process of using this on a day-to-day basis is really easy. First off, you clarify your core values. We get them down to 3, and I have a process for that. It's not very complicated. You journal this either in your notebook or on a notes app on your phone, or I'm also going to give you access to a workbook here in a second, and you can print that out. You journal it, and you can see it takes less than just a few minutes to go through. Then you go take 1 to 3 actions a day, and here's the beauty of it: you go take that action, but let's say you get stuck. Let's say your goal was to make sales calls, but you go to pick up that phone and you're really scared. You can say, okay, what can I celebrate about yesterday? What's my goal? I want to make a sales call. What's working? I know what to say, but I'm afraid to say it. Okay, what do my core values say to do? Da, 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 da. What action can I take? And you go through it, and it will help you get past those doubts and those fears and those limiting beliefs. And you just keep repeating this until you achieve the goal, whatever the goal is. And it works because each and every cycle you go through, you create actionable ideas that align with who you are and give you energy and just help you keep moving forward. So that's the core victory method. Now, after working with people, I found that there's three traits that you really need to take advantage of this. One, you got to be dedicated and driven. You got to be like, I got to get out there. I want to make something happen. I want to create something special for me. I have this vision and I want to make it happen. You kind of need to have that. You need to be open to new ideas. Looking at your core values this way, especially your personal core values, is going to be a little bit challenging, and you are constantly going to be coming up with new ideas. So if you aren't into new ideas, even if they're coming from you, this won't work for you. But if you are, this is great. And then you need to have some sort of goal, something that you want to work on. I want to increase my income. I want to lose weight. I want to be more confident. Whatever it is, you need some sort of goal to use this. And if that is you, then I invite you to go to joeychandler.net/CV workbook. You can download a free workbook. It will walk you through identifying your core values. It will introduce you to the steps, further introduce you to the steps of the core victory workbook or the core victory method. And I'll give you some examples of other people who have used this, a little more about the science behind it, and it gives you everything you need to start applying your core values to your goals so that you can keep taking action. So that's it. I hope you found this helpful. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, you have an amazing day. And just know you have incredible core values. And the more you can use them with a system, more good things happen. Thank you. And I'll talk to you later.